Hello guys, welcome back to RS Codex. I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the types of functions in C++. It's going to be very interesting, so stay tuned until the end. Before knowing about the types of functions, actually they are differ by the argument and the return value. Based on these two parameters, it has been differed. Before that, let us know some briefly about these parameters, arguments, and the return value. First, coming to the parameters, a parameter is a variable that is written in the function definition or declaration. It can be either anywhere. It receives the value sent by the function call. In the previous video, we have in detail discussed what actually the function declaration, function definition, and function call. If you haven't watched that particular video, please kindly watch that video and come back to this video as it is the continuation part of that. Okay, coming back to the video. The parameters are some variables which actually receives the value from the function call. Okay, it can be maximum. We don't use the function declaration in most of the basic programs. As we go further, we will use them. As of now, think something like in function definition, we are going to take some values from the function call. Those are known as parameters. The values that are being present in the function call, those are actually known as the arguments. Okay, let me show you some example related to that so you can understand it much better. Functions, yeah. Coming over here, wait a minute. Yeah, here see some thing is there. First one, we have discussed about the two things. One is argument which is the actual values that is passed to a function when it is called. Next, parameters that actually receives the values from the function call. Here you can see, here it is the function definition. You can see it is a function definition. Here the parameter list is there, int x, int y, int z. It is the function declaration. These are known as parameters. Parameters list, we will call it as. Next, coming to this, it is the function call. Okay, these are known as, wait a minute, another thing is that these are known as formal parameters, formal values. Okay, okay, these are known as formal values, whereas it is known as actual values. Actual values, and another thing is that these are known as arguments. Okay, the parameters are some variables that actually take the input from the function call. Okay, whereas the function call variables are known as the arguments or actual values. These are known as formal values. Parameters. Okay, coming back. Based on these two criteria and another thing, return value, we already have discussed what actually return value is. After performing a particular function, a value has to be returned to the main or otherwise any function. There is no mandate that we have to return to the main block. It can be transferred to any function, but some value is being returned after performing this particular task. That is actually the return value. Coming to these types of functions, how actually these two parameters divided these functions into four types. The first one is a function with no argument and no return value. That is, if no argument and no return value means there is no value that it is going to be received or no value it is going to be returned. Neither received data nor returned data. Here you can see the function call has been done, but no parameters are being sent. I mean arguments. In general, we will call it as arguments. Okay. Next, coming over here, this function call is being done and function definition is also been done, but no return value is been there in this function to the main block. Okay. This is how actually the first type is there. Let me show you how actually it runs. Okay. Yeah, here you can see good morning. This is actually the function call. Something we are going, the function call has been done. Simply, I will explain. Listen to me. First, whenever the program entered into a block, whenever the program entered into a code, it will check. First, it won't go into this function. First, as I said, the main block is the default one. First, it will go to the main block. It will enter into the main block. After entering into the main block, what it has been come across, it has come across the greet, the call value. I mean, the function call it has come across. Whenever it saw this function call, it will go into that function. After going into that function, it will perform that particular task, whatever it might be. It will perform the task. After performing the task, it again comes back to the main block. If some other code is there following this code, it will perform the task. Otherwise, the code will be, I mean, the program will be ended. This is how actually it performs. Okay, next coming to the arguments are there, but no return value is there. Okay, that is the function receives the data, but it does, I mean, it receives the data, but it does not return anything. That is the difference between this first function and the second function. Me. Yes. Here you can see the function call has sent some values and the function definition has received the values. It has been receiving the values, but this value, the task, after performing the particular task, the value that is going to be returned is being not, I mean, the value that is going to come as output is being not returned. Okay, let me run. I think I haven't saved the program. Yeah, here you can see sum is equals to 25. Okay, int main function call is done. The values we have sent, the values are being taken by the function definition, and that values are directly being used in the program. There is no mandatory that we have to declare that values in the function definition. I have in detail explained the previous video. Please try to watch those if you have any sort of doubt. Next, coming to no argument but return value. In the previous thing, arguments are there, but no return value is there. But whereas coming over here, there is a return value, but no arguments. That means it will not receive anything, but it will return a value. Okay. Here, whenever the program has been started working, it will enter into the main block. In main block, a value is being declared. By using that value, we have called the function cout value. We have did. Why actually we have did like this? Why we are actually writing, I mean, assigning some variable to that particular function call? Here, whenever a value is being returned by the another function to the main block, in that scenario, we have to either display it directly or either we can store that value in some particular variable and we can display that using that particular variable. Here, once see how actually it runs, I will say the value has been declared into value. Some data, 4 bytes of data has been allocated to value. After that function call has been done. Whenever the function call has been done, it will reach to that function. After it going to that function, it will enter into the block. In block, it is there only one line of code that is return 100. Whenever the return 100 is been there, it will come back with that value to the function, main function. Now in this place of get number, there will be something like 100. 100 value will be there. That value is been assigned to this variable value. Now we are displaying that variable value. Okay, this is how actually it runs. Let me run the program. Okay, let us see. Here you can see 100 has been displayed because the value has been stored in this. The value has been stored in the value variable. That value variable we are displaying. We are using cout operator. There is another way. Another two ways might be. Here you can see we can write something like, without declaring any sort of variables, we can directly write the entire code in a single line, like cout get number. Okay, I understand that. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, run the code. Here you can see the same output we have written. The 100 value has been coming. Okay, like this also we can write in a single line of code. Otherwise, I hope another method is there. That's all. These two methods. Another thing what I have said is that instead of writing into value and value is equals to get number, we can directly write something like int value is equals to get number by removing this. Let me do that as well. Okay, this is one method. This is one method. And coming to the third method, this is a common thing, but for a small explanation I am giving, int value is equals to get number, you can write. Okay, directly you can do cout as value. Okay, like this you can write. Let me make this as comments. Okay, these all will be run. There is no problem, anyway you can write. This is about the function with no arguments but have a written value. Next, coming to the fourth type, in which there is a arguments and also it will return a value. That means it will receive the data and also it returns the result. Let me show the code. Here you can see first it will enter into the main block. Here I have showed this method of writing. The same is being used over here. Int answer is equals to multiple. The values are been sent. These actual values are sent to the formal values. There I have initially said there is no mandatory of declaring these variables over here. We can directly use them. The values have been sent. The performance, the task that is x into y has been performed and return that value to this particular answer variable. I mean, whenever the task has been performed and returned to the main block, in this particular multiply, this is there function call, there the value is being stored. Whenever we have declared that ans variable, the value will be stored in that and we have displayed that particular variable. Okay, and another thing is that we can write this same task in different line as well. We will declare int z for suppose. Next, z is equals to x into y. Then you can return the z value. Like this also we can do, but simply writing this in a single line is more efficient when compared to this, because for suppose coming to over here, we have declared the z variable. 4 bytes has been assigned to z variable. For x 4 bytes and y 4 bytes. In this particular thing, there are only 4 plus 4 8 bytes, but here additional 4 bytes has been added. Okay, for returning also additional 4 bytes will be added. Because of that, you have to be careful. Try to write the code in an efficient way. Efficient means try to reduce the number of lines. It has to be performed efficiently, but the number of lines should be very less. In these cases, You can reduce the line by writing the simple single statement. No. Okay. Let me show you how actually it will be run. Save the program and run the program. Here you can see we can display that value as 40. Okay guys, this is about the different types of functions. I hope you have a clear idea on it. I will share the notes in the comment section. You can refer from there. If you have any doubts, please contact me in the comment section. I will try to reply them. And if you feel the video is informative, please like the video and share with your friends and subscribe for the channel for upcoming informative videos. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you.